Now, Doncaster is electing a new mayor in May. Party leaders have been coming to the city as part of the campaign. Today was the turn of Sir Keir Starmer, who has said the government is backing a £30 million to fund to reopen Doncaster's airport. Our political editor, James Vincent, was there as well.
We're going to back you. We're going to give you the power to shape your future.
Doncaster is getting ready for an election. Can you tell? Doncaster Airport's obviously been a big story for us, but come an election campaign, it will get even bigger. The government is changing some of its funding rules so the mayor can use transport money on the airport, something that Doncaster's been asking for a while, and it's finally happened, just 3 weeks out from the election. What's the government's backing here? Is it just saying we're behind you, or is it actually here's some money to do it?
Well, the money is coming through the mayor, through the integrated settlement, and that is important, but the government is putting its shoulder to the wheel behind this. We're fully supporting it, and obviously going from here to the reopening requires a huge amount of work from the government in terms of the next steps that need to be taken. So this is very much a statement of intent in terms of backing the airport, backing Doncaster, backing the region, and unlocking the potential.
In terms of the election we've got here in Doncaster, Reform are saying that they've got lots of people on the ground. They say that they're having a good campaign. How are you trying to head off Reform?
Well, the first thing I'd say is today we've made this announcement about the airport. That is one of the biggest things in Doncaster. I know Doncaster very well. My wife's family were from Doncaster. We come here with our children. Every time I'm here, people talk about the airport. What have Reform got to say about it? They don't know. They don't want to say that they're backing this. So that's no plan for local people. More generally, Reform say they want to charge people for using the NHS. I really don't think that's what people in Doncaster want. They say they want better protections for people at work, and yet every single time we have a vote in Parliament, the Reform vote against more rights for people at work.
This isn't the last leader we'll be interviewing in Doncaster before May.
Towns like Doncaster are absolutely vital.
It's a city now, actually, Prime Minister, and it'll be voting for who runs it in just a few weeks' time. James Vincent, BBC Look North, Doncaster.
Well, James is in Doncaster for us tonight. James, this election is proving somewhat controversial, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not far from polling day now. It's 3 weeks today, and it's the time in the election campaign, Phil, where we start to find out a bit more about the candidates. Let's start with Reform UK. You might have seen some reports in the papers about their candidate Alexander Jones praising the self-proclaimed misogynistic influencer Andrew Tate online. So we got hold of the Reform press office to try and work out what was going on there. Reform UK say that, or they deny that their candidate Alexander Jones directly praised Andrew Tate. They say that he found some of his fitness content useful a few years ago. Reform UK say that they don't support the views of Andrew Tate. On to another candidate, Richie Valance, who's standing as an independent. He's admitted to being the Doncaster clown, the Donny clown. You might remember that story from about 10 years ago. Somebody was dressing up as a clown and scaring people. Richie Valance was convicted of public order offences back then for scaring two nurses who were on their way to work at Doncaster Royal Infirmary. He's apologised for that, saying that he's a different person now and he's deeply sorry. So yeah, it's that time of that campaign, Phil, where we're trying to find out a bit more about some of the candidates and what they're standing for.
One would imagine other party leaders will be back in town at some point. The election getting ever closer, James.
Yeah, we're speaking to all the party leaders as they come on their visits. We'll be speaking to the candidates as well. There are a lot of candidates in this election for Doncaster Mayor. There are 12 of them. We'll bring them up on screen for you now so you can see them all. We'll be writing about them. We'll be speaking about them on the radio and on the television in the next 3 weeks before polling day, because today is Thursday, so 3 weeks today people in Doncaster will be going to the polls to see who is running that building and the 300,000 people that live in Doncaster and what is in store for them in the next 4 years.
OK, James, live in Doncaster, thank you for that update.